All right, on Eat Like a Local today, we're gonna talk noodles. There are so many different types of noodles, and we're just gonna touch on a few of them today. We're gonna go down to Pho Saigon. We're gonna have some rice noodles, then we're gonna go over to Noodle Master, who's gonna do some hand-pulled noodles. This place is amazing. And then the OG classic, we're gonna go to Sandong. You know what? Hand-pulled noodles. Also, that dumpling skin when they're making dumplings. Oh my. Today on Eat Like a Local, hand-pulled noodles. We're at Noodle Master. They make the skins for the bao, the dumplings, but the hand-pulled noodles, it's special. You order it, you start to hear the slap, they start to stretch, gets cut, goes in the water, it's into your dish. Perfect. It's so good. Down at Noodle Master in Pasadena. This is one of 3 locations.
Yes.
This is the original?
This original as well.
I mean, I came in here not too long ago, and it was just crazy busy. You were hustling, and the food was absolutely outstanding.
Thank you.
One of the unique things is just the hand-pulled noodles that you guys do here, and the dose for the dumplings. It's pretty special.
We make everything fresh, make with love, make with hands.
If I order a noodle dish, they start pulling right then.
Yes, every single one of them. Every single noodle, we don't do shortcut. We build the dough early in the morning, and then we just dough it up. Every single one.
All right, what are the dishes that you truly love?
I love the black garlic tonkatsu. That's my favorite. Like spicy garlic pork belly, hit me every time. Well, I like a little spicy, so they have a dry fried spicy chicken popcorn. They're kind of like pretty dry.
It's like a Szechuan dish.
Yeah, but if you pair them right with our cucumber salad together, man, it's like a married couple.
That's awesome. There's the classic American Chinese dishes and the classic Chinese dishes as well, but there's the option of, like, because very rarely have I ever seen General Tso's chicken where I could get the hand-pulled noodles.
Right.
And it's pretty impressive to see. Can you talk to me like the pan-fried dumplings?
They're so delicious. They press it down, and then they get the steam from the dumplings, and then they just drizzle with some flours, and then press it again to nice and crispy.
And it's all made here.
Yep, all made here.
And the bao, same thing.
Yes.
From pan-fried dumplings to soup dumplings to pan-fried bao, a chocolate bao.
It's my babe. And I kind of like fried donuts, and they stuff with the dark chocolate inside, and they coat with the sugar outside. Man.
I love that you love the food so much here when you're here all the time.
I know, right? I can't, like I said, I can on and on with the food here, but it's just good.
In a city that has so many restaurants that are very similar to this, there's very few that, like, all of a sudden you order it and you just hear the.
Yeah.
And then also you're like, and you see it just start pulling and stretching. It's pretty amazing thing.
Yeah, that's the reason why we have open kitchen.
Yeah.
So to customer to see we making real food here.
It's such a skill and technique.
Yes.
Yeah, because it just starts as a ball, and then they twist it and slap, and roll it, and twist it and pull it. It's so beautiful to see.
Yeah. Our noodles, you can order however you like as well. We can do as thin as possible. We can do as thick as possible.
Really?
Yes.
And that is awesome.
Yep.
I'm so excited. Let's get this going.
Yep, let's do it.
All right. I've got a good friend of mine, Mo, joining me for lunch.
I'm going to let you drive. What are we eating?
All right, green onion pancake, xiaolong bao, traditional soup dumpling, pan-fried dumplings with the lace. I like that. That looks nice. Those things are giant, too.
Yes.
And then dear's favorite, the black garlic tonkatsu ramen. Let's give these things a whirl.
Thank you.
Soup dumplings, traditionally to me, are delicious.
And you pierce it before you eat it?
Yeah, I do. For the first one, just kind of see where you're at.
It definitely has lots of layers to it. A little bit of ginger comes through, not overpowering, good chew on the texture. I could eat a whole basket of those.
Where we're going to. I mean, that's great. When somebody is making dumplings basically to order, they throw off so much more liquid like that. It's special. That might be one of the better soup dumplings in this city. That just makes me giddy. Let's get into this thing. I like this. That's a lot of chili. She wasn't kidding. The extra thin noodle, that's pretty nice. That's so pulled that there's no way you're ever going to get to the end of that noodle.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing to see. You can tell it's hand pulled, but the consistency amongst the noodles is pretty even.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Expertise and practice.
Good texture.
Yes. Good amount of spice. There's definitely a little bit of smoke in there.
You can tell, and that black garlic is just kind of brings in that sweetness.
Yeah.
I mean, I love sitting here, eating the noodles, watching the guy pull noodles. That's just like so satisfying. So this is the pan-seared bao, a little lacy. That's a really fantastic texture.
Well, and it's not super thick either. It's a really good proportion to meat to bread.
That's just literally too good. So we made it through first round.
Time for something green.
Yeah, cucumber, chili, soy. And that's perfect. That's what it needs to be. It's a teamwork thing
It's a
here.
two-person job.
Boom. I mean, that is outstanding. Oh, look at here. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
This that I mentioned. Very
This is the perfect combo.
Yes.
I mean, look at that. Szechuan peppercorns and chilies.
It's a light, even breading. The spice is really balanced. There's a good salt content to it.
Oh, great. You get a little bit of Szechuan peppercorn, which does the little tingly, so you can eat the chilies.
Yes.
You get the spice. You get the cool. Good little combo.
I could eat a lot of that.
You put that much little fried chicken in front of me, it's going down. It's so good. I didn't see this coming. I really, oh my gosh. It sure is.
Look at the lacquer on that.
All right.
Do you want to stagger these?
No. I want all of it. This is one order.
Wait till you try that.
Yeah,
The vinegar component of that elevates that dish. This is what it should taste like.
But then underneath, normally you get the rice or fried rice or something like that. But I get that same sauce on this. I don't want to cut it, but I think I have to. It just goes on
Well,
forever.
look at the integrity of that. You just pulled that with chopsticks off of a plate and got 2 feet off the table and it didn't snap.
I mean, you just give me a bowl of the noodle with the sauce, I'd be okay. But then you put 100 pounds of fried chicken on it. And this is still under 20 bucks.
From a texture standpoint, we've had crispy pancake, we've had pan fried, we've had steamed dumplings, we've had bao buns, we've had thick noodles, thin noodles, saucy and fried, dry and fried.
And this is what I love about this style of food, right?
Yep.
I want sweet, I want spicy, I want vinegary. I'm lucky that this isn't like less than 5 minutes from my house. I think we still have a chocolate bao, right?
There's a chocolate bao coming?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious about that.
Me too. All right. One of those things on the menu that when you see it, you got to do it. And I've never heard of a chocolate bao before. Red bean, yeah. But this looks like a donut. So maybe the best version of a donut. I'm afraid to just go right in. It's everything it's supposed to be. Wow. I've never realized that bao dough would make a pretty decent donut.
But what's really cool about that is that you get this really great crust on the outside.
I don't understand. How is it that good? Be honest. I was like, I'm not gonna like this. I was completely wrong. What to order at Noodle Master? This place's menu is fantastic no matter what location you go to. The Xiaolong Bao proves to me that soup dumplings can taste delicious. The broth is fantastic, but it's about the dumpling skin. The pan-fried baos, also fantastic. Then just get into the entrees, right? You can do the ramen, the black garlic. It's great, but the General Tso's chicken with the addition of hand-pulled noodles is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. The dry fried spiced chicken, kind of that take on a Szechuan style chicken, but with noodles, equally as impressive. All right, Noodle Master, let's talk about it. The soup dumplings, I have a love-hate relationship with them. These, absolutely love. The hand-pulled noodles, you want them thin, you want them flat, you want them thick, just tell them, they'll do it. The fact that I can get General Tso's with hand-pulled noodles underneath it is pretty special. All right, we finished up at Noodle Master. Now we're gonna head over to Pho Saigon. I'm excited. Today on the show, we're talking about pho, not pho. It is pronounced pho. and we're at Pho Saigon. The Tran family, 26 years of doing this, 9 locations around the city. Let's go check it out. We're gonna talk to Michelle. Michelle Tran, we've known each other for a long time.
Yes.
You and your family started this business.
The original one was 26 years ago.
And where is that?
It's in Midtown. I remember my dad opening it and just me working there and scheduling all my college courses around when we were going to be busy.
I think that restaurant kids are the best kids ever.
Yeah.
Because they see it. They are part of it. He always worked in the restaurant industry?
Coming here, language barrier,
Yeah.
not super educated after the war, and they were doing whatever things they could do. He was like a dishwasher at the pho place, and my mom was like a busser. And then they, of course, are hard workers, and they moved up and became management.
But at some point, it's like, I should do this for myself and my family.
He opened one, and then the second one, and then it was like, oh, my sister needs one, and then, oh, my brother needs one.
Now there's 9,
Yes.
correct? In the Houston and Houston area.
Yes.
Pho. Let's get down to the basics of that. Traditionally a breakfast soup, yes?
Yes. From the working class, right?
Yeah.
So get something real hearty before you go out and work, breakfast or lunch. People eat it day, night, late night.
I think it's ingrained into the community. Thank gosh that you are there at 9 in the morning. Because it is kind of a remedy.
When I have friends now who has a sick parent, and they're like, can we just pick up broth?
Yeah.
And so it was unheard of during my parents' days for somebody to just say, can I just get like $20 of broth and nothing else? It's now becoming like, oh, you need the broth because you just had a surgery or you're not feeling good.
So traditionally pho broth, if you can just walk us through the process of how that is made.
We take, star anise, orange peels, all the spices, and then we roast them ourselves. And then it goes into the pack, and my mom literally sews all the packs herself still. So she puts all the spices, the measurements into the spice
So
packs.
it's basically like a giant herb and spice tea bag. In theory.
That's still handmade by my mom. So
great.
you drop that in, you add all your other things that go in there, your beef, and it cooks 8 or 9 hours.
Pho is one of those things, like it's a labor of love.
I think that's something that people kind of overlook is somebody's always at that pot. So the water has to be the right level, the skimming has to be right.
With pho, there's so many different combinations, but the classic I think is just like rare raw beef, right?
Yep, pho thai.
And just poach it in that broth.
Yes.
It's literally perfect.
Right.
With pho, you've got the rice noodle, the broth, the beef, green onion.
Scallions, you've got your white, we like purple, we like all sorts of onions. Yeah.
Because you've got the pho thai, and then there's flank,
Brisket,
and there's like lean and fatty.
Yep, and you've got tendon.
Meatball.
We still do tripe.
I think the tripe is delicious in it. I don't understand how you do the tendon, and it's amazing. It's like super thin, crunchy, and nice.
Yep.
And so if it's everything, that's what, dak biet?
Yes.
Is that right?
Padagbi.
That's everybody's in the pool.
Yes.
And that's the thing about pho. When you come in, you can try a chicken one, or you can try a vegan one, or...
Seafood.
So how many broths are you making? Are you doing a chicken one, a beef one, a vegetarian one?
Yes.
You don't really stray from much more than that, do you?
We have our very classic rice dishes and our classic vermicelli bowls.
Yeah.
We even added banh mi, the
Oh, you guys
sandwiches. Yeah, just because everybody was like, well, I want a banh mi with my soup.
So what other soups are you doing?
We have a baka, we have a beef stew, we have a bumbawe. It's my dad's version of bumbawe.
When you start to look at these things like the pata pho, which is a classic French dish, which is, I think, it just translated into pho. And then
Right.
you look at classic like beef bourguignon, that's boko.
Yeah.
And you can see where that came from. The Vietnamese culture made it better.
I think it drew from the French liking their beef and the Vietnamese saying, what can we do with these bones, right?
Yeah.
And then the noodles came from when China, like the French Indochina. I always tell people, I'm like, our country's always been dominated by somebody else,
Yeah.
you know? And so it just kept evolving and then it's growing and expanding and getting better.
And now with like the second generation, starting to see it through a different lens.
Yes.
I think that's really amazing.
But I enjoy seeing their creativity and that the young people are still embracing it so that it's still popular and growing. That just like makes your heart like beat for the work that you do.
All right, let's get into it. We both have the same pho, right?
Padagdi.
So all of the different beef, right? So there's the brisket, The meatballs.
You have flank, you have brisket, you've got fatty brisket, which
Look at that.
my dad loves.
The other things, when you say tripe, it's just this little delicious bite.
Right.
And then tendon.
Your tendon.
Here we go right here, which is just this gelatinous-y kind of crunchy thing that's,
Yes.
I think, fantastic. And then you've got all the herbs, the noodle, the 14 different types of onions, which I love. And then all of the additions. So basil, cilantro, lime, jalapeno, bean sprout. I mean, that broth is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. That tendon is great.
Do you like the tendon?
I do. I like the tendon. It's so flavorful. This is Houston in a bowl.
People are like, what do you eat when you get home? I'm like, pho from Pho Saigon.
Why would you not?
I'm like, I had a long day. I just want to eat pho when I get home.
So many different little textures. All right. I am going to try this baka. This is a completely different scenario. The classic kind of like beef stew where, carrots and potato and that, braised beef. And that's kind of this play, right?
Right.
Carrot.
Yep.
Totally different kind of broth, though.
Good broth.
Come on. I mean, look at these just giant chunks of braised beef.
Yeah. We love baka too. I think it's kind of like a secret. People don't know baka unless somebody shows them.
And this is traditionally, you can either do rice noodle or like baguette, right?
And you just dunk your bread in the stew.
That's that French influence.
I mean, the fact that it's even a baguette.
All right, so if you're not coming in, you don't want the pho, you don't want the soups. This is about as classic and delicious as you can get, the vermicelli bowl.
Yes. Pour your fish sauce on, and you got your vegetables at the bottom.
So fish sauce, sugar, vinegar,
Yes.
and then it's just one of these. And then down at the bottom, there's all the goodies, the lettuce, you got the peanuts, carrots, and that's the thing. You gotta get in there and get it. Let's get into this.
That's more of the standard, the traditional Vietnamese
Chè?
dessert. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the tapioca and the jelly and coconut milk. It's super simple.
like
It's super refreshing, and
One of the best things ever.
you just
Like a
mix
hot day
all
in Houston. Get out.
And after you eat it, you drink every last bit of that crushed ice coconut milk mashup.
I mean, texturally, come on. Fantastic.
Everything's hand cut. The tapioca is literally handmade.
That's real good. And these things, Eugene's always playing with new things.
Yes.
So, ube, creme brulee, caramelized on top, then just brown sugar, same variation.
They're so
I've never seen a
creative.
drink that has been bruleed on top, like a custard.
Oh.
That's really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Have you tried this?
They're good.
Dog.
Remember in Vietnam when it'd be hot and there'd just be some guy or somebody with all the drink pouches on the side and
Yep.
you just drink any kind of drink you want? I think it's part of our culture. The eating part doesn't take as long as the hanging around and having the coffee and the desserts afterwards. The Asian love language is feeding. They don't say I love you, they say, did you eat yet?
That's awesome. What to order at Pho Saigon? When we start talking about pho, there's all different types of combinations that you should try. You're looking for something a little bit different? Try one of their other traditional soups like the bò kho, which is an egg noodle stew, traditionally a beef stew. Get the vermicelli bowls. Grilled pork, rice noodles, cucumbers, lettuce, bean sprouts. It's happy times. As far as beverages go, think of ube teas and milk teas and new coffee drinks and brulee cream on top. Super inspiring, very delicious. Pho Saigon, been in Houston 26 years, and I tell you what, just to sit back and have a bowl of pho. 9 locations around the city. We just happen to be in Pearland today. There's one by you. Go find it. Now we're gonna head over to the OG classic on Bel Air, Sandong Noodle House. So real quick, we're gonna jump into Sandong Noodle and Dumpling House. Absolutely fantastic. Taiwanese noodle joint, been here since 1994. Hand-pulled noodles, make them fresh every day. So 2 things that tells me. The noodle soups are gonna be fantastic. The dumplings are gonna be fantastic. I've been here before, I already know. It's really good. Come on. Roast beef noodle, a bunch of dumplings. We're also gonna do some wonton noodle soups, but also all of these things ready to go. Pork buns, dumplings. That's awesome. Ordered wonton soup here, and then their roast beef super chunks. Looks like delicious, but pickled mustard green on top, bok choy. They pull the noodles every day, so freshly pulled handmade noodles, really what you want. I mean, it just tastes like beef. It's awesome. This is just like big chunks of braised beef shank is what it looks like. I mean, that is absolutely luxurious, right? Still has texture to it. It's got just great flavor. That's so tender. Nothing wrong with a bowl of wontons. That's great. Super light compared to that flavor, which I like. Very clean. You gotta get a little pickle in there. So good. I'm gonna get into some of these dumplings here in a second though, because I can see them. Anytime you find someone doing hand-pulled noodles, that the dumplings are just gonna be great, right? There's no way it's not gonna be, because if they're taking the effort to make the noodles and they're taking the effort to make the skins on these. And so you can come in and just get a plate of dumplings like this. So this is the pork and chive. And I don't know, probably 20 of them. It's like $9. A plate of shumai, rough math, 16, $9. Amazing texture, delicious. I could eat 100 of these, but I'm gonna move in to here, because this is one that people really love. It's just a pan-fried dumpling of the pot stickery type thing. It's a little fold over, perfect textures. I wasn't wrong when I said that about the dough. It's great. You know, 30 years. I guess you learn a lot of things in 30 years. You learn to do it right. All right, when you're looking for other noodle spots, House of Bowls on Corporate and Bel Air is absolutely fantastic. If you're in Montrose, Ramen Tatsuya, fantastic. Long Point, head over to Korea Garden, get some japchae. Why? Because it's delicious. So we did noodles today, whether it be a form of pho with Pho Saigon or Noodle Master, and then Sandong noodle and dumplings, just right here on Bel Air. 3 very different style of noodle dishes, all equally delicious. It really says what Houston is. Till next time, what's next? I'll see you there. Put that back in.